Hey guys, today we're going to make a delicious celery, yogurt and caviar tartelette. We're going to make a savory celery tartelette that's filled with a yogurt cream, a sweet and sour celery salad, and some beautiful oscietra caviar. So, let's begin. First we're going to make the celery juice base. This we'll use for the tartelettes and for the gel. For the base, first juice 500 grams of celery in a juice centrifuge. I use a slow juicer to keep the optimal flavor and color. To make the juice a touch greener, I also juiced 50 grams of spinach and added it to the celery juice. It may not seem like a lot of juice, but for the color it makes such a difference. Then also add the juice from half a lime. This will prevent the juice from turning brown. Mix it well. Now for the celery tartelettes. First cut a small celeriac in half and clean it. Then cut it in even small cubes. In total you'll need 150 grams of cleaned cubes. Now transfer them into a pan and also add 350 grams of the celery base. Bring this to a boil and then reduce it till the total weight is 200 grams. Then transfer it into a measuring cup or a blender. Add 60 grams of isomalt sugar, 10 grams of lime juice, 15 grams of egg white, 10 grams of glucose and 2 grams of salt. Now blend this till smooth. Because it has been heated for so long, the color has faded. To fix this, I added a couple leaves of parsley, but spinach is also fine. Blend it till smooth to restore the color. Then spread it on a silicone sheet using a stencil. The stencil and molds I use in this video are from Mold Brothers. Find the link in the description of this video. Now remove the stencil and dry them at 95 degrees Celsius for 2.5 hours. Once they're completely dry, transfer them one by one on the bottom of the tartelette mold and heat them up at the same temperature for a minute or 3. Then use the top to press down the disc and shape the tartelettes. After that, let them cool down completely and keep them dry and covered for later. Now a little trick. These tartelettes can turn soft quite fast once filled, especially with a moist filling. To delay this process, I cut some spinach leaves with the cutter from the mold and added a drizzle of oil. Now make sure that everything is covered and place them between the tartelette mold. Let this dry at 95 degrees Celsius as well for around 1 to 2 hours. This will be the bottom layer when plating the tartelette and it makes a real difference for the texture. Now for the yogurt cream. Mix 40 grams of egg white with 40 grams of yogurt, 25 grams of sushi vinegar, 4 grams of salt, the zest from a quarter of a lime and 150 grams of a neutral oil. I use sunflower oil. Blend this till it's fully emulsified. Then transfer it into a piping bottle and let it set in your fridge for at least 1 hour. Now for the celery gel. Weigh 130 grams of the celery base and also add 65 grams of white wine vinegar, 65 grams of sugar, 3 grams of salt and 3.5 grams of agar powder. Then cut 20 grams of galangal in thin slices and do the same with half a piece of lemongrass. Add both to the pan with 1 lime leaf and then bring this to a boil on a high heat. Once it has properly boiled, directly pass it through a fine sieve into a bowl and cool it down as fast as possible to prevent the color from changing. After that, transfer it into a blender and blend it till smooth. To make the gel nice and clear, I vacuumed it 100% to remove all the small air bubbles that formed while blending. This will also intensify the color. Then transfer it into a piping bottle and keep it in your fridge for later. Now for the celery salad. Take a couple of stalks of celery and trim the sides. Then cut them in thin strings. Now cut those strings in small cubes. Then bring a pan with salted water to a boil and blanch the cubes for around 20 to 30 seconds so they still have a nice bite. Directly cool them down in ice water for around 2 minutes. Once drained, season it with the celery gel and some olive oil. Mix it well and then keep it in your fridge for later. Now we can start to finish the mousse. Place the dried spinach leaf on the bottom and pipe some yogurt cream on top. Now fill it completely with the celery salad and pipe some small gel dots on there. Then add a big dot of caviar. I use oscietra caviar. As a final step, decorate it with some Zalotti blossom and serve it as soon as possible. Okay guys, that's it for today. I am very happy with the result. The little tartelette, the Amuse, it looks amazing. And I'm really impressed with the way it's holding up because it's still crispy. It didn't turn soggy so far. I've been taking photos and B-roll for like 20 minutes and it's still really good texture wise. And that little spinach layer, that makes such a difference. You can also do it with other leaves, other kale maybe. It works really well and it can save your life during service. Because I know from my own experience, then when you're out for dinner, You get a beautiful tartelette and you're like, oh, it's super nice. You try to pick it up and it already turned soft, and that's such a disappointment. So this is really, I think, a really nice way to delay the process. So it doesn't stop it, but it delays it. Let's just dig in. That's so good. You have, well, first of all, the beautiful caviar on top. It's really, it's a bit nutty, it's fat, it's super nice. And that in combination with the freshness of the salad, that really nice celery sweet and sour gel, and then the yogurt cream to really bring balanced. Such a good Amuse. Like I said, it's still crispy, the tartelette, so the texture is really nice as well, and I think it's definitely a winner. It's only a couple of recipes, so it's quite a short video as well, but I really think that you need to try this. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments on what you want to see next. Like and share the video, and please subscribe if you want to see more great recipes and if you want to support my channel as well. And as always, bon appétit.